Hey guys, this is me, Jacob, and this is the 23rd video in my exciting series on learning JavaScript. Cool. So I got about 5 hours done today, and so I'm at a total of about 139 hours now. Quick disclaimer, all of my hours are 45 minutes usually, and then some amount of break or whatever, but they're not full hours, so you can convert whatever it is 5 times 45, but to me they're hours, because actually studying for a complete hour in a row is really grueling and probably just going to make people hate the whole thing even more. So today is not that special, honestly. I did it almost exactly the same thing as I did yesterday. That's where it comes down to being a grind. I guess the most notable thing I did today, I went through ECMAScript the way I usually do, looked through some of the information again. I went through some of the different W3 drafts on that drafts.csswg.com, the working group. Yeah, I actually went through those a fair bit, and I feel like I'm starting to get Flexbox, like in my mind, deeper. And then the other main thing was literally just read through library source code. It's a lot of code, so it's going to take a while to get through it. So this one's kind of short and sweet, I suppose, in terms of there aren't too many updates. This is how learning goes. It's incredibly unsexy and kind of uneventful for the most part, It's like those Olympians, right? They show up, they do their trick, and that was like just so many hours of preparation. And it's pretty much a grind. I think it's very similar with programming. It's not an Olympic type of performance at all, although the skill ceiling is just as high for sure. But yeah, so it takes a while, and the improvement is very slow and incremental, at least for me. And the comprehension is, you can't force it to happen, so it just has to happen as time goes on. One of the things that I looked into more is React Redux, or specifically, I guess, just Redux. It doesn't have to do with React, really. And the only reason I did this is because it's all over the place in the project I'm reading, right? This is always how I approach things. I don't learn things for the sake of learning them. I learn them because they present themselves in the information I'm studying enough for me to basically justify learning them. And so I saw, 150,000 uses of the connect HOC. For those of you who know what that is, a higher order component. I saw that in source code like a bunch of times, and I just decided I needed to learn more about it. And what do I know? Not much, just that it's basically made up of 4 main things. Selectors, and then like actions, which are going to be passed to the dispatch function. Selectors, which are going to be acting on the state, which is like inside of Redux, it's like a global store, which is called state. Usually it could be called anything, it doesn't matter. In JavaScript, their parameters don't have names. So there is no name. You can name it whatever you want. This was very hard for me because in Python, you can have named arguments. One of the greatest things also, super good design in my opinion. It has its own drawbacks in some ways, but really good in other ways. But yeah, anyways, so it's got selectors, actions. I guess it has reducers too. I'm not sure about reducers, what they really do. And then it has this connect function, which basically ties everything together. And so the connect function, you import it from Redux, and it obviously takes what you tell it to from the store and gives it to the component you want to, that you wrap with the connect. And you also give to the React, or you also give to the connect, the things that you want to dispatch, which in this case, dispatch is really just like, this function that I'm going to call is going to change the state. That's basically it. That's at least my poor understanding of it. But yeah, so I looked into that a little bit more because it's been presenting its face all over the place. And then I did a little bit of studying on social media marketing type stuff, because I have this channel now and I have a blog, and it kind of is important to me how to actually get it in front of people so that they can see it, because that's actually pretty hard. Like this channel has just been struggling so hard to get any views, so trying to brainstorm, trying to reach out and learn a little bit and try some things out, see if it helps. I don't know. I'm not really hurting for getting any views or anything. Like, I'm doing okay without any of that, but that's kind of the point, is to actually communicate with people. But at the same time, I recognize that I need to have something worth communicating, right? And that comes from inside. And so that's why I do all this studying, because being worth listening to is a really difficult thing. And I wouldn't really say that I'm there. I don't know at what point you do get there, but I'm definitely aiming for there, So I'm okay if people don't really listen to me now that much, or I don't have much of a following. I do want to learn about it so that I can do that eventually, but mostly I want to just stick to my, my core, which is learning all of this great web dev stuff, As long as the world doesn't fall apart, there's still room for web development. I really hope that the world doesn't fall apart so that my skills are still valuable. No one's going to be like, oh shit, dude, you know HTML? In the middle of an apocalypse. And we're like, yeah, dude. Let me import React. Let's use some, let's pass some handler functions or something. Dude, fuck that, man. Just help me with these zombies, man. Honestly, I have thought about that some, and how I think a lot of people are in that position where it's just they're a specialist in a modern society and they don't really know how to take care of themselves at all. They just go to the grocery store and sleep in their bed with their AC, their water and electricity and internet, and hopefully it stays that way forever and we don't destroy ourselves as a species. Anyways, I'm going to wrap up this video here now because I have nothing else really to add. But I'm going to keep uploading this because I'm going to keep studying and none of that's going to change. But I'm going to be doing some, I might be doing some experimentation with the videos because, this channel is definitely at its infancy. And so we need to kind of figure out what we're going to do. So I might have some slightly different formats. But I'm always going to try and keep learning and stuff. I think that's the most important thing. So thanks for watching and peace out.